We're back for the next episode. If you're wondering if we filmed this one right after the first one,
we took about a 5-minute break to make fun of people on Instagram.
Yeah.
And yes, we did. It was hilarious. You should have been here.
And so now that we're done making fun of people, man, maybe we should write these down. But I'll do one, you do one, I'll do one, you do one.
Okay.
For underutilized recovery, I'd say techniques, but it's just shit you're supposed to do that people don't do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start off with eating enough. And I think that if you, both for recovery and to get stronger, which is kind of one and the same, you need to be eating for sure at or above your caloric maintenance.
Yeah.
If you really want to get strong, you really want to get stronger, like, especially if you've already kind of hit a plateau, you're going to have to gain a little bit of weight. So set your, gain 5 pounds, 5 pounds if you're under 200 pounds, 10 pounds if you're over 200 pounds.
If you're over 250, keep it at 15. See how that goes.
Yeah. So just if you're really plateauing like that, so it's going to help you recover more. And you're honestly, if you're really at a plateau and not fat already, you're going to put on muscle.
Yeah.
If you're really getting strong.
If you are fat, you can still try and lean up as you gain muscle.
Staying at the same weight. Though.
Staying at the same weight.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to do a little bit extra.
Yeah. So what's your turn?
I would say sleep. Sleep in a dark room. If your room isn't dark, get an eye mask or cover up the light.
Do you actually do that?
Yes, I do. And it makes a difference.
Man.
I like to sleep cold. Your body enjoys sleeping colder, so science says. Don't trust me, trust science.
You are cold or the room is
The
cold?
room is cold.
But
I'm bundled up.
Okay.
But it's a colder environment.
Yeah.
Your body has the need to pump out blood because if it's a little colder, you're going to have to move the blood to keep warmer. You're not sleeping in a wind tunnel, but you're sleeping
I was gonna say.
a couple degrees lower.
Gotcha.
How about you?
All right. So, dude, I would say I'm not gonna say I will put in creatine because it's kind of cheesy and it's underutilized. I think people blow it off. But I will even more say sodium.
Yes.
And that sodium levels need to be high so you can drink the water and get big and bloated so that the blood and everything, the nutrients are going in your muscles. And that's a recovery thing as well as gonna make you strong. But I think that's an underutilized recovery technique.
Obviously, if you have issues with cholesterol or salt intake, don't do that. But if you have the ability to add that in, it helps.
Yeah. I think Stan Efferding said something like...
The Rhino.
Yeah, something like a gram of sodium. Do you know what it was? A gram of sodium per liter of water a day. So it's if you're drinking 2 liters of water a day, 2,000 milligrams of sodium isn't a lot. But if you're drinking 8 liters of water, you can drink 8 grams of sodium.
No. But that's the same with creatine, especially.
Yeah.
We live in Houston. Houston's very hot, very humid, particularly in the summer. So if you're going to have creatine, you need to drink 1.5 gallons a day minimum.
Yeah.
So you can't not drink and use creatine or sodium.
And it's not even that it won't work as well, but it's not even that it won't work it's not even that it will hurt you, it just won't work as well. The idea with, so here's what I did. I hit my 595 for 3 squat the other day. So I'm on the way to the gym, goldfish and water bottle, and I'm drinking water and eating goldfish.
Yeah.
Ton of sodium, ton of carbs, and that's an exaggeration, but I feel full, and I feel like my muscles are full and full of glycogen. That takes longer, but full of sodium, full of water. So I'm like ready to go in. Versus if you just like woke up in the morning and didn't drink or eat anything and went to the gym and tried to like squat, you're just not as like full. You're not as like ready to go, you know?
I will disagree with you on that. Personally,
Whoa.
I do not enjoy lifting on a full stomach.
Okay.
Because I feel if it's a really hard ball dragging workout,
Yeah.
I don't like the feeling of I'm going to throw up as I'm lifting.
Fair.
Obviously, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But if I can avoid that, I like to lift early in the morning before I eat.
Before you eat at all?
Yeah. But that's from football.
Yeah. And you're probably like...
I also have a snack at midnight.
Okay.
So I'm not...
So even after football, you would rather wake up like before class or work or whatever?
Absolutely.
Interesting. But you're probably stronger at like 3 in the afternoon.
Stronger physically? Yes. Like mentally, I know I do better in the morning.
Okay, interesting.
So my next recovery tip would be psychological. Like everyone's going to lift, and at some point you're going to think to yourself, why in God's name am I doing this to myself? That's heavy ass weight on the bar. I don't want to be here. I want to go do something. Like you only have one life, so go enjoy it. If you take a day or two away from training, obviously don't do that if you're leading up to a meet in 6 days like he is.
Yeah.
But if you're 12 weeks out or 15 weeks out, have a day where you go have a beer with your friends or go to the lake.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fun parts of it, because no one wants to just be locked in a little cage squatting all day.
That's good. And it's like, I'll add to that, especially for strength training.
Yeah.
Like, you're way better off killing it 3 days a week than doing okay on like 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like
completely.
if you're, which I think is pretty like, obviously if you can do all of them, that's good, and that's what I try to do. But if you're like a bodybuilder, I think a lot of guys go in and like don't have really intense workouts, but are in there every day.
Yeah.
Like, well, what if you, when I like told myself, like made myself back it down to 4 days a week, but I just like knew, I was like, yeah, but on that day, like this is all I get until 2 days from now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to like kill it. And so number one, yeah, having a beer and leaving gives you that recovery and lets you calm down. But at the same time, lets you know, like when the day comes around, you're going to be like, all right, I took my rest, I did my stuff there. Now it's like, it's game time.
There's nothing else to do but work.
Yeah, that's good. I guess I don't have anything we went through. I would say the main thing that I struggle with that feels like I'm not recovered, and it might be part of that, is the I guess central nervous system, but just being slow. And so doing the like neural charge stuff like med ball slams and like box jumps, as far as recovery or being ready to lift the next day,
Yeah.
that stuff helps me because it gets me like firing, and it gets like I'm ready to go and my squats feel fast and everything feels fast the next day whenever I like get back on that train. You got one?
If we're gonna make it the final.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. As dumb as it sounds, warm up and cool down, because if you don't do that, there's going to come a time when you think you can hit something and then you don't, and you hurt yourself. So, like, you could do a med ball, you could do rolling out on a foam roller. I think that's great. If you do that for 2 minutes at the beginning and at the end, at least you're doing something.
Yeah.
So,
and that's like...
Stretching doesn't make you weak.
Yeah. Especially after a workout.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So there's your recovery, which is, people say like, oh, it's whatever percent recovery and it's whatever percent this and whatever percent. It's like, it's 100% everything, because you could, if you take out one thing, then it ruin. If your diet is shitty, it ruins the whole thing. If your workout is shitty, then that could also like ruin it's going to ruin your whole program. If you're not recovering right, it's going to ruin your whole program. So that's just to say that not that everything has to be perfect, but you're only as good as your weakest link. Link. So I think that really applies here.
Yeah. You can obviously get by with having substandard diet and recovery and just out train as hard as you can. Yeah. But it's not sustainable.
Super true. All right, so the next one, we're going to do a Q&A. I'm going to post a thing on my Instagram that's going to have the question, the ask me a question thing. And I'm just going to take those questions and I'm going to write them all down. And then we're going to make a YouTube video answering all those questions. So be on the lookout for that.
Let's do it. Have a good one.
On Stronger Now.
Stronger Now.